The Dance of the Whispering Meadows. In the quaint village of Windale, surrounded by lush meadows and rolling hills, there was a field known to all as the Whispering Meadows. This field was home to a magnificent array of flowers, each more vibrant and beautiful than the last. However, the most magical aspect of Whispering Meadows was a secret known only to a few. The flowers could dance, but only when the wind blew in perfect harmony. Nearby, a group of children often played in the meadows, their laughter and joy a common sight. Among them were siblings Lily and Max, who shared a deep love for nature and an unquenchable curiosity. One breezy afternoon, while playing near the field, they noticed something extraordinary. As gusts of wind swept through the meadows, the flowers began to sway gently, almost as if they were dancing. Fascinated, Lily and Max called their friends over to witness the spectacle. "Look, the flowers seem to be dancing with the wind," exclaimed Lily. The children watched in awe as the flowers moved gracefully, their petals twirling in unison with the breeze. Their curiosity piqued, the children decided to learn more about this phenomenon. They approached Mr. Greenwood, an elderly man known for his wisdom about the natural world. Mr. Greenwood smiled warmly as he listened to their excited chatter. "The flowers of Whispering Meadows are indeed special," he began. "They dance to the rhythm of the wind, but only when it blows just right. It's a rare sight, for the wind must be gentle yet steady, a harmony that is not often achieved." The children were intrigued by the idea of the wind and the flowers dancing in harmony. They wanted to see the dance again, but the wind had since calmed, and the flowers stood still, as if waiting for their next cue. "That gives me an idea," said Max, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "What if we could create the wind ourselves? Maybe we can help the flowers dance again." Inspired by Max's suggestion, the children set out to create their own wind. They used whatever they could find: fans, sheets of cardboard, and even their breath. They waved and blew, trying to mimic the natural wind, but their efforts were uncoordinated, and the flowers remained still. After several attempts, Lily realized what was missing. "We need to work together," she said. "The wind doesn't blow in random bursts. It flows steadily and gently. We need to be in sync, just like the wind." The children regrouped and planned their approach. They decided to use large sheets of fabric, holding them at each end and waving them in unison to create a gentle breeze. It took practice, but gradually they began to move together, their actions coordinated and rhythmic. As their homemade wind reached the field, something magical happened. The flowers began to sway, slowly at first, then with more confidence. Petals twirled and leaves fluttered as the flowers danced gracefully to the rhythm created by the children. The sight was enchanting, and the children's hearts swelled with pride and joy. They had worked together to create something beautiful, learning an important lesson about teamwork and the power of unity. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over Whispering Meadows, the children watched the dancing flowers, knowing they had helped create this moment of harmony between nature and their collective effort. The children's successful attempt to make the flowers dance in the Whispering Meadows was just the beginning of their newfound connection with nature. Each day after, they returned to the field, refining their technique and learning more about the delicate balance of the natural world. Lily and Max, along with their friends, became more coordinated in their efforts. They took turns leading the group, ensuring that their man-made wind was gentle and steady, just like the natural breeze. The flowers seemed to respond to their efforts, dancing more gracefully with each passing day. As the children spent more time in the meadows, they began to notice the intricate details of the environment around them. They observed how the bees buzzed from flower to flower, how the birds sang from the treetops, and how the sun and rain nurtured the earth. The meadows were a symphony of life, with each element playing a vital role. One day, while the children were taking a break from their wind-making, an idea struck Lily. "What if we make music for the flowers to dance to?" she suggested excitedly. The idea was met with enthusiastic agreement from the others. The children gathered various instruments. Some brought flutes and harmonicas, while others made simple drums and shakers from materials found in the village. They positioned themselves around the field, ready to play music to accompany their homemade wind. At first, their music was disjointed, with each child playing without regard to the others. The flowers swayed awkwardly, unable to find a rhythm in the cacophony. Seeing this, Max proposed that they needed to listen to each other and play in harmony, much like how they had learned to coordinate their wind-making. Taking Max's advice, the children slowed down and started to tune into each other's rhythms and melodies. Gradually, their individual notes merged into a harmonious melody. As they played, they waved their fabrics, creating a gentle breeze that flowed through the field. The response from the flowers was immediate and beautiful. They began to dance again, this time not just to the wind, but also to the music. The children's harmonious melody and synchronized wind-making created a perfect environment for the flowers to sway elegantly, their colors vivid against the backdrop of the setting sun. The sight of the dancing flowers, accompanied by the children's music, was mesmerizing. Villagers passing by stopped to watch, captivated by the harmony between nature and the children's efforts. The meadows had become a place of community and joy, where the beauty of teamwork and the magic of nature coalesced. Through their music and wind-making, the children learned an important lesson about harmony and the power of working together. They realized that when each individual's strengths and efforts are aligned towards a common goal, something truly beautiful can be achieved. As the day turned to evening, the children left the field with a sense of accomplishment and a deeper appreciation for nature and collaboration. They had not only made the flowers dance, but had also created a symphony of unity and beauty. The children's daily rendezvous at the Whispering Meadows became a beloved ritual, not just for them, but for the entire village of Windale. News of the dancing flowers and the children's harmonious music had spread, turning the meadows into a gathering place for villagers seeking a moment of beauty and tranquility. With each visit, the children continued to refine their collaboration, their music and wind-making growing more synchronized. They experimented with different rhythms and melodies, observing how the flowers responded to various tunes and tempos. The meadows became their playground and classroom, a place where they learned about nature, art, and the power of unity. As the children deepened their understanding of teamwork and the rhythms of nature, they began to incorporate other elements into their performances. They observed how the sun's position in the sky affected the flowers' movements and started timing their music and wind-making to the gentlest breezes of the day. One afternoon, as the children prepared for their performance, they noticed a group of elderly villagers approaching the field. Among them was Mrs. Hargrove, the village's oldest resident, known for her wisdom and kind spirit. The children greeted the elders with respect and excitement, eager to share the magic of the dancing flowers. Mrs. Hargrove, leaning on her cane, smiled warmly at the children. "We've come to see the wonderful spectacle you've created," she said. "The whole village is talking about how you've brought the Whispering Meadows to life." The children beamed with pride and quickly began their performance. As they played their music and created their wind, the flowers danced gracefully, swaying and twirling to the children's harmonious efforts. The elders watched in awe, their faces reflecting the joy and wonder of the scene before them. After the performance, Mrs. Hargrove spoke to the children. "You have done something remarkable here," she said. "You've not only brought joy to our village, but also reminded us of the importance of working together. Your teamwork and dedication have brought this field and our community to life." Her words resonated with the children, reinforcing the valuable lesson they had learned, that when individuals come together, combining their talents and efforts for a common purpose, they can create something far greater than what they could achieve alone. The visit from the elders also bridged the gap between the generations. The children felt a renewed sense of connection to their community and its history. They realized that their performances in the meadows were more than just a display of nature's beauty. They were a celebration of community, tradition, and the timeless bond between people and the natural world. Inspired by the elders' visit, the children decided to organize a special event in the Whispering Meadows. They planned an evening where the entire village could come together to enjoy the dancing flowers, share stories, and celebrate the spirit of unity and harmony. As the day of the event approached, the children worked tirelessly, preparing their music and coordinating their wind-making. They invited everyone in Windale, hoping to create an evening of joy and community bonding that would be remembered for years to come. The day of the special event in the Whispering Meadows arrived, and the entire village of Windale buzzed with excitement. Lanterns were hung from the trees, casting a soft, warm glow over the meadow. The villagers, young and old, gathered in anticipation, their faces alight with joy and curiosity. The children, dressed in their best clothes, felt a mix of nervousness and excitement. They had practiced tirelessly, and now the moment had come to share the magic of the Whispering Meadows with their entire community. As dusk fell, the children began their performance. They started with gentle music, the flutes and harmonicas blending beautifully with the soft drums and shakers. As they played, they waved large fabrics to create a breeze, coaxing the flowers into their graceful dance. The flowers responded as if they were part of the performance, swaying elegantly to the rhythm created by the children. The sight of the dancing flowers under the lantern-lit sky was enchanting, and a hush fell over the crowd. The beauty of nature, combined with the children's harmonious efforts, created a mesmerizing spectacle. After the initial performance, the children invited the villagers to join in. They taught the adults and other children how to create the wind, and soon everyone was participating, waving fabrics and contributing to the gentle breeze. The meadow transformed into a sea of dancing flowers and people, all moving in unison. The event became more than just a display of the flowers' dance. It was a celebration of community, nature, and the harmony that can be achieved when people come together. Laughter and music filled the air, and the sense of unity was palpable. Mrs. Hargrove, watching from the sidelines, wiped a tear from her eye. "This," she said to the person next to her, "is what makes a community strong. The children have reminded us of the beauty that can be created when we work together in harmony with nature." As the evening drew to a close, the children felt a deep sense of accomplishment and happiness. They had not only succeeded in making the flowers dance, but had also brought their village together in a shared experience of joy and teamwork. That night, under the starlit sky of Whispering Meadows, the children of Windale learned an invaluable lesson. They realized that teamwork and collaboration